entertainment world.
Liz from 105 on the Buzz joining us live right now. Good morning.
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 Good morning. Okay, so I know politics is taking over most of the timelines this morning, but there is some celebrity trending news that we have to talk about. Jennifer Lopez is reacting to some negative feedback she got after she took Ben Affleck's last name.
Yeah, so she's in the December issue of Vogue and she does an interview and she talks about how a lot of people have given her negative attention for the fact that she took his last name and that she knows that JF doesn't sound as good as J-Lo, but that it felt very romantic and traditional. So when they got married, she took his name. She said professionally, she'll still go by Jennifer Lopez, but from now on, she is Mrs. Jennifer Lynn Affleck, and she likes that.
I don't understand why people are upset.
Yeah, that was my question. Is I just don't get why does this bother people?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I never took my husband's last name, and I'd like to say it's because I was like, yeah, I've worked so hard. It's because I'm lazy, and mines are really
It's too much paperwork.
Yeah, you got to change everything: your license, your social security card. But she's got all the people to do that for her.
Right.
So power to her. But I guess people like the idea that she's always been Jennifer Lopez. I don't know if she's legally changed her name in her other marriages, so maybe that's part of it. But I think it's fine. As long as she's still J-Lo from the block, you know, I'm good.
Yeah,
right?
well, I've heard that from so many of my friends who've also had problems where they file, whether it's Social Security or driver's address change, whatever, after trying to take their partner's last name. And if you screw one thing up, then it's just a serious domino effect. It's years worth.
Then you have an alias, and then it sounds crazy.
It
like
can
the
be
government
bad.
is like after you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. All
only
power
positive
to you, J-Lo or JF.
Is if you have debt collectors, sometimes that can keep them out of pay. That would be the only thing to really motivate me at this point.
That's not me. My last name is Affleck, not Lopez.
Well, I mean, it's funny. I have a lot of friends working in TV, right? Who they've been on air with their name, and so they get married. They might change their name in their personal life, but they stay the same. Their maiden name on air. People have different reasons for doing it. Sometimes it's easier too with kids. You want to have the same last name, and I don't know. I just wonder who these people are. Like, if you have time to get upset about Jennifer Lopez changing her name, I would like to know what you do for a living and where you live, because your life sounds stress-free, and I would like to be there.
Just won the Powerball. That's what just happened. Yeah.
Like, we have bigger things to worry about.
100%.
Oh, it's funny. Well, apparently Justin Bieber also has things to worry about. Apparently, Judge Judy is his nightmare. I think that's so funny.
I think this is the most hilarious thing out there. So Judge Judy did an interview and she said that Justin Bieber is scared of her. And it's because she did an interview back in 2014 and she said that he was acting foolish and doing foolish things and nobody would remember a marginal singer, but they will remember somebody who squandered the gift of celebrity and fame. And so apparently that got back to Justin Bieber and they were neighbors at the time. And she found out that he was paying off the doormen and the people at the gate for the neighborhood to alert him whenever she left so that he wouldn't have to have any awkward encounters with her.
Oh my God. Gosh, that's so next level. That is so much more than anything I was expecting.
And I love Judge Judy, but I would be terrified if Judge Judy wasn't on my side as well. But my favorite thing is right now on the internet, if you get on like TikTok or Twitter, there's all these people that are saying that Judge Judy is dropping the Beebster's name for clout right now, which is hilarious because she's worth $440 million and Justin Bieber's worth like $200 million.
Yeah, I think Judge Judy's good. She's okay.
Yeah. I knew that she was doing just fine, but I would have never guessed that she was doing better than Justin Bieber. That is surprising to me.
She was set for life a long time ago. But you know what? I'm with the Biebs on this one. I would be a little nervous if Judge Judy was my neighbor because I feel like she, A, does not take any flack, and B, she's got the law on her side. So if I make a mistake, she's coming after me with that gavel. Like, I would be worried.
I would be the one that would go to her house and be like, "Can I apologize to you personally? Do you need anything done around the house, the yard? I'm here. I'm here. I'm good people."
Judge Judy, I would just like to take this to arbitration and keep this outside the courtroom.
Can we settle?
say,
Maybe
bring
we
you some
can settle.
cookies.
She's a lot less threatening looking now that she wears a scrunchie because she did change up her style about a year and a half ago. So it's a
Okay.
softer image. So maybe it's easier to approach her now.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Well, Justin Bieber, just like all of us, scared of Judge Judy.
Right.
Yeah.
Stars. They're just like us.
All right, Liz, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Have a good one.
And you can always listen to Liz and Mike every weekday morning on 105.1 The Buzz.